This month we're learning all about English paper piecing, and I've got a special Christmas project for you. A Christmas tree coaster. To make our little tiny Christmas tree, we need 11 hexagons for our EPP. These are cut from card and they're 1 inch across the widest distance. And I've cut 11 hexagons of fabric that are 1.5 inches. You can see that if I put the paper in there, then I'll have about 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. So I've cut 10 for the tree in these sort of green shades, and then 1 for the pot at the bottom that's going to be red. I like to glue baste for EPP, so I'm just going to put a little tiny dab of Pritt stick all the way around the circumference of this hexagon, and then I'm going to press it down onto the paper just so that it holds in place for me to stitch them together later. They're quite teeny, these hexagons, so they're a bit fiddly, but it's really worth it because they're so incredibly cute. So that's for my pot at the bottom. I'm going to do the same with all my other ones, and then I'll show you the layout. I've basted all my little hexagons now, so I'm going to lay them out how I want the final tree to look. So you have 4 along the bottom, like this. I'm just going to arrange them however I like. Put that one at the top, and then I've got the little red one down here for the pot. I'm going to sew those together just like normal for EPP, and once I've done that I'll show you how to applique it. So it's all sewn together now, little tiny tree, and the next thing to do is take out the papers. I've given it a good press first so that the edges stay nice and sharp. I'm just going to peel away the fabric from the paper, starting in the middle. If it's a bit difficult to come off, then you can use an unpicker just to hoik it away from the paper a little bit, like that. And then you can just grab hold of your paper hexagon and pull it out. It doesn't matter if it tears because we're just going to put those in the bin. We don't need to reuse those. So there we go, that's the first one, and I'll carry on and do all the rest. The next step is to applique your Christmas tree onto a background. I've got some really cute Christmassy fabric here, and I'm just going to centre this on the background and pin it in place. Just a few pins, doesn't need too many. Then I'm simply going to sew all around the perimeter of the tree just to attach it. I've stitched my tree onto my background now. I used a little zigzag stitch. Just thought that would be prettier than a plain stitch. And now I'm going to make a sort of quilt sandwich. So this is my backing fabric. That's going to go on top of my wadding with the right side up. And then I'm going to put my tree, the front of my mug rug, face down. And I'm going to stitch all the way around the edge with a 1/4 inch seam, but leave a little gap here for turning through later. So here it is all sewn together with a 1/4 inch seam, and I've left myself a little gap here. I'm just going to turn that through. Take my time. Don't want to pull any seams apart or anything. And then I'm going to use my point poker, I don't know its official term, to make sure my corners are all nice and square. There's the hole, there it is. And the last one. There we go. I'm going to give that a press, and then I'm just going to stitch that little bit there shut. And once that's done, I'm going to do 1 line of stitching around the tree again, just to quilt the 3 layers together so that nothing shifts about. So there you go, your very own Christmas tree coaster. You can make sets of these for your family and friends if you really love them. Have fun with the English paper piecing. I bet you can find other shapes that you can make too. Merry Christmas!